running, jumping, leaping towards love. A Miraculous Ladybug fan fiction. Part 3. Marinette was lined up for her first race of the season. Okay, I can do this. Keep form and power, she said to herself. Marinette held her hands in each other to keep them still. It's okay, Marinette. You don't need to be nervous. You'll do great, Juleka said with a kind smile, running in the line next to her. Marinette nodded. Thanks. You're gonna do awesome, too. Bang! A shot rang out, and the heat in front of her went off. Luckily, the 100-meter dash was quick and painless. As long as Marinette pushed herself, she'd do fine. Runners on your mark, get set, and they're off. Marinette pushed herself off the ground, staying low and arrow to cut through the air, pumping her arms and legs to build as much power as she could. And by the grace of the gods, Marinette was first. She had won the race. The second person to cross the line was a girl from the home team, and she trailed only a second behind. Yes, you did it, Marinette! Marinette heard Alia Nino cry out in the bleachers. Panting still, Marinette's face was gleaming in joy. Marinette walked over to her spot by Nino and Adrian, waiting for Alia to run, who was only 3 heats behind her. Come on, Alia! Marinette cheered until Alia finished third, sending a smile and thumbs up at her friend while she leaned over out of breath. Alia staggered back to them and sat down and breathed. Wow, that was hard, she laughed. Marinette smiled and gave her friend a squeeze. You did great, she chirped. Alia laughed and patted Marinette's arm that was around her body. You too, Dupang Chang. That was a PR, Nino cried out, checking the clipboard. That's amazing. Alia clapped her hands and hugged Marinette tighter. That's so exciting, Alia squealed. What's a PR? Adrian asked suddenly. He was confused and a little lost on what was going on. Oh, it's like your record, like the fastest you ran, and yeah, Marinette said, her helpful persona coming out, only to be wrecked by the nervous one of being around Adrian. Calling 400 boys hurdle lineup. Adrian perked up when he heard the announcement and got up. That's me. Wish me luck, he said excitedly. His friends all said good luck and you'll do great. And run fast at the same time. He walked towards where the lineup was starting and was grinning from ear to ear from how excited he was. This was his first meet, the first competition with his friends, his first real high school sports experience. Not just that, Adrian loved to run. It made him feel like just a normal teenager, not a famous supermodel with an inattentive father, but more like any other high school kid with GPAs to worry about and sports to look forward to. Adrian jumped up a few times to get his body to move and to warm up his muscles. He liked hurdles. It reminded him of catapulting over buildings and when he was fighting Akumas with his lady. And anything that reminded him of his lady was a good thing. Besides, with his long legs, jumping over hurdles was easy. Finally, it was Adrian's heat's turn to run. He got down and positioned himself in the blocks, stared intently on the ground, listening for when to start. Boom! And he was off. Over one hurdle he went, and over another, and another, and another. There wasn't much farther to go, only 2 left. Come on, Agreste, he thought, wanting to stay in the lead. The person in lane 2 was gaining on him, and if he didn't win, his father may use this lose as an excuse to take him out of track. Gritting harder, Adrian pushed himself to keep speed. Crash! Boom! Bang! No races were starting, so that could only mean one thing. There was Anakuma. So much for winning this race. Adrian tried to do a full stop. However, he only succeeded at a massively slower pace before falling onto the floor. The momentum he had built as the cause. Ow! He groaned, touching his cheek where it had stung. He felt the raw skin and hissed at the pain that pierced through. He'd scraped his face, and his father would not be happy. But there was no time to worry about his personal life. There were hundreds of people whose lives were in danger. Adrian pushed himself off the ground and looked around. There were some very fast people running around screaming bloody murder. Adrian looked around to find a place to transform. People were everywhere, of course. Aha! He thought, when his eyes caught the glance of a large tree that's trunk was probably the size of 3 normal tree trunks smashed together. Using his combined track and Chat Noir skills, he ran over and transformed quickly. Adrian rubbed his face again to feel if his face was still scraped up from the ground, and of course it was. Dang it, he whispered. Running out from behind the tree, Chat Noir vaulted into the air and onto the track. Well, 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 who do we have here? Is someone a little hurtling over something? Chat Noir said, laughing at his own terrible pun. He didn't really know who was the Kumatsai's victim. They were giant and storming around, launching javelins and shot puts and hurdles. Chat Noir dodged a shot put and flipped out of the way. I wonder when Ladybug will arrive. Chat Noir looked around, scanning the running people for a flying red lady. Chat Noir's cat ears picked up a whizzing sound. Oh, this is gonna hurt, he thought, his mind realizing, hey, something was flying towards him. He turned around and tried to put up his baton to block whatever was coming. Hey, you should have watched out, a sweet and alluring voice said. Chat Noir's heart fluttered. Hello, my lady. I'm glad to see you're finally here to join the show, he smiled. He turned towards her and gave her a playful smile, only to be met with a wide-eyed look on her face. Are you okay?
Hello all my lovies, I would like to quickly just say I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate it if you just quickly hit the subscribe button. It'll only take a second and it would really help me. Thank you so much and let's start the video.